So I have a very special guest with us today, and I know you recognize him already, especially if you love the voice like I know you do. It's Dez Duron. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. How are
So
you?
excited to be here. I'm doing great. Excited to be here. Yeah.
So I know a lot of people recognize you from the voice, but all the rest of the people are about to recognize you from taking over the world because I have a feeling this is it. This is it. You have so much going on. I don't even know where to begin. Do we begin with the new single? Do we begin with the Broadway debut? Hello, Mr. Broadway. I
Crazy.
mean,
I can't
do you
believe
pinch yourself sometimes?
every day. I cannot believe it. I'm holding my breath till rehearsals start. It's just beyond a dream come true for me. Yeah.
So let's start with the Broadway debut. You're going to be on Broadway with Darren Criss. What's the play and what's your part and how are you feeling?
I'm so excited. When I got the call that this thing was going to Broadway, I was in the off Broadway in Atlanta version of this 4 years ago. So when I finally got the call that we're making the trek to the great, the big times, I lost my mind. And honestly, it didn't feel real to me until the announcement came, until it was Facebook official. It did not feel real to me. But I'm just so excited. It's called Maybe Happy Ending. It started off in Korea and our writers just wrote a beautiful original piece of musical theater. It's not based on any prior intellectual property. It's a musical written by people who love musicals for Broadway, and I think everyone's going to really love it. Even my brother-in-law, who doesn't even listen to music, he came and afterwards he was like,
What?
I like that one. I like that one. He was like, that one's good. So it's a little something for everybody. There's a futuristic element to it in that the two leads are artificially intelligent robots. So
Oh,
it's kind of
wow.
crazy, but it's a love story. And I play a 1940s crooner. So there's a
Perfect.
lot of elements in there, and they all fit together so beautifully. Um, I think people are really gonna love it. It's just one of the best shows I've ever seen.
It must be amazing to every day to be feeding off the energy of the audience because obviously it's not like when you're hosting in an event and people are
Right.
being drugged there, against their will sometimes. People want to be in that audience. Like the
Yeah.
the energy must be like through the roof.
I can't wait to find out. I know it was through the roof in Atlanta, and Atlanta was so good to us. We had an amazing run, and people loved the show. And I really think New York's gonna love it as well. I cannot wait. I love musical theater. I love live theater. I think it's just the most amazing and electric experience. So to be doing it in on Broadway is just unbelievable.
How are you preparing? Because the schedule is always something I've been fascinated with. How many shows do you have to perform in a week?
It's 8 shows a week, six
Wow.
days a week. So we get one day off a week.
Oh my gosh. How do you even get ready for that?
I am really excited about having a consistent schedule, honestly. I've been traveling and singing for so long. It's kind of hard to even get into a rhythm. So I'm actually really looking forward to like doing the same thing every day.
Mhm.
But I'm just trying to like wake up every day, do my vocal warm-ups, kind of sing through the show already, because I have my old script. So I've just kind of been singing the songs. And it's honestly, right now I'll do gigs up to 2 hours and sing like 30 songs for someone if they ask me to do kind of like a corporate event or something like that.
Mhm.
So I'm also looking forward to singing like less songs in one night. So it's all a win for me. There's no cons in this on my side. So I'm
I
excited.
love it. I love it. I know I don't think people I think they take for granted the traveling that performers have to do because you don't think about, you come to Albuquerque, it's
Right.
the climate and the altitude and you go to somewhere like Massachusetts and it's all different and the dry and the moist and it's all on your vocal cords. It's got to be a lot of work to keep them going.
Definitely, it can be for sure because in a lot of ways you have to treat yourself like an athlete because Your job is to come there and get a job done, and you have to be physically able to do that. So your priority becomes like your health and all these different things. So there's a lot of things you have to take into account in order to like put on a consistent show in a lot of different places. You're right. So I'm excited to be in one place, parked, doing what I love. I'm so excited.
I love it for you. So I know that you have a background in the church with your parents.
Mhm.
How important is that for your life? I mean, it must be such a way to ground yourself. And right off the bat, as soon as I see you, I could see that you are so grounded. You are what I would call a normie. And I love that. I love that. You're
Totally.
approachable, you're real. And how much has church helped you stay grounded in your life?
I think the amazing thing about church is it's so community based. So you're constantly supporting other people as well as getting supported, and you really learn that push and pull. And you learn it's not all about you. No matter what's going on, everybody has struggles that they're going through. Everybody has things that they're excited about. At the same time as you're going through something, or at the same time as you are celebrating something. So you really learn to share, the energy and give, and you get what you give. And I'm also one of 7 kids,
Oh my
so
gosh.
that will keep you grounded for
Yes.
sure. The group chat, even I was on The Voice 10 years ago, and even when I was on there, the group chat was not always about me and what I had going on. There was other things going on. So I think it just gives you a real realization of just like, there's a lot going on in the world, and you're not the center of the universe. Um,
Mhm.
and I'm super grateful for that because it's honestly a way more fun way to live. When you get involved in other people's stories and in other people's lives, and you're able to take part in those. It alleviates a lot of the pressure, and then it multiplies the moments of celebration to me. So I'm super grateful for the way I was raised. My family's just incredible, and I think a lot of that has to do with the values that they live by.
Yeah, I love that. And I know that you were in the church choir.
Yeah.
When did you realize that you really had a calling and this is really what you wanted to do?
It's funny because I was raised singing. My mom would write songs, like Christian Barney is what I call it, just to make it an easy explanation. And we would send out tapes every month to people all over the country. So I was kind of raised in the studio as well. I don't know why, but I just got it in my head that I wanted to be a singer. And from a very young age, like 3 years old, I made it clear like I wanted to sing love songs. Like I did not want to do church songs my whole life at like 3 years old. So I don't know why that got in my head. I love singing church songs, but my parents always laugh because they were like, when you were 3, you just go right up to the head deacon and be like, I'm not singing church songs.
Oh,
I'm singing love songs. So I don't know. It was just in my heart and in my head, and I do still sing church songs, and I love songs that particularly have just meaning and depth beyond just like a love story, because I think there's a lot more to life than romance.
mhm.
But I don't know. It's funny from the young age. It's all I ever wanted to do. So I think that's why my parents didn't think it was a huge deal. It didn't come as quite a shock when I decided I was going to drop out of school and go
Yeah.
pursue music. They were like, "Yeah, we kind of saw
Yeah.
that coming since you were little."
They
So
were ready for
they
you.
were ready for it.
I love
Plus,
it.
it's like the wild hair.
Well, that leads us right up into your new single. Let's just call it Love. Where did this come from? How do you feel about it?
I'm so excited about it. I feel just very proud of what we created, which is a rare feeling. I think for
Mhm.
me, I always have a little something here or there that I'd like to change. But when I listen to it, I'm just really proud of it and really thankful for all the people who helped in the journey along the way. I wrote this song like probably a year ago, maybe less, with some friends here in Nashville. It was our first time all writing together, but I had known Brittany Meyer since I was in third grade.
Oh,
And
wow.
so we all were writing together, and I kind of brought this concept. I had the first 4 lines. It feels like home, but it's new and exciting and our own. And that was just kind of like how I felt the first time that I had fallen in love, and the only time I had fallen in love. But I just kind of was like, this feels like something it feels nostalgic but new. Like, oh, this is a very strange feeling I feel when I'm with you. And so we kind of just took it from there, and we really didn't even know what the concept was. We just kind of started with those first four lines. And then it was just a constant conversation of like, well, what is this person feeling? And what is this, what am I feeling? And what
Mhm.
is this? And what do we want to say about it? And then we got to the chorus and it just hit us like, let's just call it love. Like, this guy's just trying to express himself. And I think it turned into just that moment where a person goes from being scared of the word love and it just feels like too big to say
Mhm.
to all of a sudden they feel love and that word doesn't seem like enough to describe everything that they're feeling. So it's just that switch of perspective of just jump diving into loving someone and just being like, man, I wish I could express the way I feel because this huge scary word is now just like not enough. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm excited to hear it. There must be such a level of vulnerability when you're writing a song with someone because you have to be open, you have to open your heart and take maybe I don't want to say criticism, but ideas from someone and work with them and then have them see your point of view as well. Is it a tough process or does it depend on who you're writing with?
I think it really depends on who you're writing with. I'm pretty open with my ideas. I want it to be a good song. And
Mm,
I think a lot of my songs are inspired by me or true events or things that I've gone through, but then they end up being something kind of different because you want a song that people can relate to, that people enjoy, that you enjoy singing. So I'm pretty open. I think honestly, it's crazy. The Broadway show really helped me change my perspective on collaboration
mm,
and be even more open. I was already pretty open, but the Broadway thing, I mean, you're talking about people who have written a musical for years, for 10 years, but then they're still willing to come into a rehearsal space and take notes and change things and from these directors and these actors that they've just met
mhm,
and but they're trusting that they're going to create the best product that they possibly can. And I think seeing these people take their baby that they've already had a lot of success with even
mhm,
and being willing to change things, write new songs, cut entire songs, change scenes completely, workshop all night to change a scene that they already probably thought was good enough.
mhm.
I think that really made me go like, man, I need to be less, I need to feel less protective of my ideas and allow people to come in and make them better.
Where's Des in 5 years from now?
The dream
Mhm.
is touring and people are showing up.
Oh,
That's a simple, simple dream. I love to sing and I love the live element. I think it's so special. I love musical theater, but I also love the live concert element where there's a little give and take. You get to kind of look people in their eyes, and the show can change, and you're singing it different ways, and you're feeling different things. I just think there's nothing like it. I love to put out a lot of music. I love to write, and I want to write songs that people can relate to and that comfort people. The songs that made me want to write songs were Stop This Train by John Mayer
mhm.
because I went to
Oh,
college
yeah.
and I heard Stop This Train for the first time and I'd never heard anything that spoke to how I was feeling like going away from home for college. I went to New Haven. I'm from Louisiana. I went to Connecticut for school.
Oh,
I didn't know
yeah.
a soul coming from a 7 kid family. And so I just felt like life moving so fast. And I heard that song and it made me cry like a baby, but it also
Oh,
gave me a lot of comfort because it made me go like, oh, this is a human experience. This isn't unique to me. And then the second one was That's Life by Frank Sinatra.
oh, yeah.
That one just kicked me in the pants. I was feeling sorry for myself and it came on just randomly in my room and I just kind of said, you need to pick it up, buddy, and like get back on the horse and ride. And so I want to write songs that people can relate to, that make people feel seen, but I also want to write songs that inspire people and make them want to do better. And then maybe a house on some land, some chickens,
I
some,
like it.
I don't know. But yeah, I just want to be traveling and making music. That's the dream.
Well, I am your biggest fan right now. Where can people go to follow you and find out everything that's happening in your life?
Yeah, on Instagram it's at Dez Duron. On TikTok, I think it's at Dez Duron Music. Facebook, it's at Dez Duron Music, and we're kind of posting songs there. Let's just call it Love Is Out on all streaming platforms. So check that out. And then we're on YouTube too, YouTube slash Dez Duron Music. So we're gonna be. I'm committed to making music. That's kind of my goal. Somehow, some way, we're gonna get music to people who want to hear it from me. And so be on the lookout. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you so much for being with us today.
You. It's thank you so much for having me. It's an honor. Yeah.